Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special unboxing, something that came in really cool that I wanted to take a look at. Today I'm opening up with my production Trevor Burger Urban EDC LC. This is from Urban EDC, and this is called Urban LC. Cool little knife, flat grind. It's a Trevor Burger design. Let's take a look here. Trying to get into the box without showing a bunch of personal information. Let's see. All right, hopefully that's enough. Oh, there we go. Peanuts. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Yeah, sticker. Different sticker that I haven't had before. Very cool. Save the peanuts for packing next time. There we go. All right, what do we got here? River's Edge. Nice. All right, thank you. A little card here. I don't know if you can see what this is. Certificate of Authenticity, Urban EDC. This is an M390 62 HRc, grade 5 titanium, fat carbon purple, dark matter. All right, batch number 23 to 21, date 5/23. Signed from Trevor Burger himself. Very cool. Let's take a look. And here we are. Move that off to the side. What do y'all think? Look at that. There's the purple fat carbon. And here's the titanium in the back. And look at that nice clip right here. Feels very light. All right. Got a back spacer, really. I guess that's what would be considered a back spacer with a lanyard hole, but not prioritized. Definitely can be deep pocket carry. Nice flat grind. I believe this is hand ground and finished, so that's very nice. Definitely a front flipper. So you see some similarities to the Urban EDC or the Urban LC or the Urban EDC LC. I guess this is the production version made by Riot, which is pretty cool. All right, here we go. Wow, that's very nice. We got our lockup here. Let's take a look at that. We're a good 30%, 20%. Steel bar insert, titanium, very thin lock bar here, very nicely chamfered, nothing sharp here. Super light. You can see inside with the titanium. And on this side, very nicely milled. Can we see that? Can we get some light on that? Let's see if you guys can see that. There we go. You can see some of that milling. Really nice. Let's see the action. Oh, yeah. Yep. Perfect. Look at that. Super, super smooth. Yeah, left-handed, no problem. Look at that. Action is ridiculous. Okay, so let's look at that going into the detent. All right, so this is a custom knife. Custom Trevor Burger. Full custom made by Trevor Burger himself. And let's look at that centering. You think he knows how to center? Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Now this is purple fat carbon, which I don't see a whole lot of purple, just very small specks, which is, personally, I like that. I love the subtle bits of purple, not overstated. Really nice fat carbon. I don't see any voids. Typically you get voids. I know Olamic Customs, they did a really good job on their fat carbon, and so does Trevor Burger. Fantastic. This is super thin. Let's look at that. Thickness-wise, yeah, it's even thinner than the production one, for sure. Let's go back here. Super nice. The action is ridiculous. Look at that. For a blade like that, oh man, I can only imagine when this gets broken in. Yeah, look at that. Let's left flip it. Super nice. Can we do the one finger? Absolutely. All right, let's go back on the other way. Now I believe this is, oh yes. Oh wow, this is a hollow grind. Man, can we see that? Let's get some good view of that. I don't know if I can get that nicely centered there. Can we see that? Look at that hollow grind. That's ridiculous. Oh, come on. There we go. It is just gorgeous. Look at that. You can see the hollow there. It comes down to a ridiculous thin edge. Super sharp. Look at that hand satin blade right there. Yeah, no sharpness on the corners. Everything's nice, smooth. You can see that hollow grind coming in right there. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. And the action is just ridiculous. It is. Look at that. And yeah, the clip has got some nice flexibility to it. Looks like this is almost brass anodized. Only screws on this side. And we are dealing with T8s and probably a T10. That looks like a T10 right there for sure. Yeah, definitely a T10. Much bigger than that one. Nicely chamfered all the way around. No sharp edges here. I reach down and do a squeeze test. No, nothing, no burning edges. Can choke up. Plenty of room, medium to medium large hands. Look at this. If you had really big hands, extra large, double extra large hands, no problem whatsoever. Tons and tons of room. Absolute. Now there's jimping right here, which is where I would expect it. But you can come up here and choke. The blade, we'll do more in the review, but I mean, it's like a 3.5-inch blade. For sure, probably 3 5/8 or 3 3/8 cutting edge, but that hand satin finish is just phenomenal. And such a beautiful hollow grind, so thin. I cannot believe how thin that is. That is just insane. And the action is so nice. See, I come over here. Yeah, easy left reverse flick with the middle finger, but yeah. Can easily flick that way as well. Look at that. Beautiful pin stop in there. Really nice. Love the captive pivot, brass captive pivot right there. Love this right here for the steel bar insert over travel stop. Really, really nice. All right. Hey, hold on a second. We got to pause for a second. We'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to pause real quick. We had somebody at the door. Of course, I'm here by myself. I had to open this before anybody was home. Forgot to put all the alarms and everything on pause because I got so excited about this right here. So let's do a nice close-up look at this and just look at the quality of the fat carbon. This is fat carbon, purple fat carbon. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, Riot usually is the ones that execute this the best, but this is phenomenal. Then let's look at the back here. Again, let's look at the captive pivot. The screws, anodization right there. You can even see that there. There's only screws on one side over here. They're really nicely recessed, chamfered all the way around here. This right here, the jimping is phenomenal. It's not aggressive to it's going to rip you up, but beautiful traction. And then let's look at this, the cutout here for the lock bar. You see that? Beautiful axis, perfect chamfering right here on this, which makes this so comfortable to release. Just absolutely a dream. You see that? You get perfect action right there. And then this, you know, it's been tuned perfectly. I need to do nothing to this. This is perfect. For a front flipper, I have nothing to change on this thing. I am beyond myself excited and super blown away. Wow. Yeah, and it's so light. That's what blows me away too. And it's so smooth. It makes me feel like it's delicate, but I know it's not. It's because it's such great weight relief in here. They've been such cutout going in there. Oh, and the hidden, I just realized that the deep pocket carry clip, those are hidden screws. They're inside, which is really, really cool. Another beautiful touch on here. I mean, now that's a T6, obviously, but, you know, I have no reason to touch it or anything, but it's still beautiful. Kind of got a little bit of a raised, polished, brass polished look to it. I love that perfect sizing of these screws. You probably had to buff those out individually to make sure they fit perfectly. It just blows me away. Even this right here, you know, the one thing Giant Mouse does a lot of clips like this, but they have a point at the end. And every time they have a point, it always digs into my hand, and it's so uncomfortable. I get a bruise. And every Giant Mouse I've ever had, I've had to return or sold because they were just so uncomfortable. And after a while, you know, they would dig in. But the size of here is so perfect. Let's see, can we do a front? Yes. But look at this, right there. It's not digging in, it's not hurting anywhere. I mean, what do you expect for a custom? This is what you would expect to see with a custom. This is the kind of stuff that only a custom knife maker focuses in on. Look at that, even that perfect relief. It's radialed right there, but perfect for access, so that even as you reach in, it's just nice access to get to that knife. And look, when it drops right here on the choil, on my finger. It hit there originally because I thought I had to be down here because on my knife I did. But on this one, I don't. I can be right there. So let's do that again. See, look at that. Perfect. All right, let's see what the detent is. All right, so the detent is about right there, which on the production knife, the detent, yeah, it's about the same. Pretty close to it, I would say. I mean, it's not a typical, you know, high, you can feel it right there. And now let's see, is there a ramp? Yeah, look at that. Okay, let's see if we make sure we get the light on there. And I'm gonna have to get the flashlight. All right, let's see if we can see that. Do you see the little, on this left side, you'll see a little ramp for the detent ball. It's going right over that. So it's even got a nice little ramp for it, which is really cool. So when I go down here, and you'll see it, it'll go up slowly. You see that? It's not like a full 90. Well, maybe it is, but I think it hits the ramp. It looks like it hits that ramp. Yeah, it does. It does hit that ramp. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not a sharp 90-degree ramp, but it's still a ramp. And it's softer. You can definitely feel that. But once you clear it, you're down here, just drop shut. Beautiful. This is such a perfect size. I love this. Reverse flick everything, which is really nice. Look at that. So nice. Now, titanium would probably have been a little bit heavier, but I love the lightness of this knife. Just phenomenal. And with that hollow grind, you get just a really great contact point. It's really almost impossible for your finger to slide off. Sometimes over here, it's a perfect flat grind. And so typically I don't have an issue with it, but it is a flat grind. There's no hollow point, right? So when I do drop that, sometimes my finger will slip off. I'll have to make sure I have some pressure to be able to deploy that knife. But let's compare this with the smaller version and the larger version. So let's look at these two knives together. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. Bring this over here and over here. So you can see, definitely a much larger knife. I love the captive pivot on here. This is a hand satin hollow grind right here. Still beautiful satin job by Riot. Don't get me wrong, Riot did an outstanding job on this. Did chamfer everything like they would do on his clip, but this is where it's a little bit different. You'll see this is softer, much more rounded. These are a little sharper edges. The lock bar is a little smaller, engages up a little higher. I love the captive pivot on here. Everything's a little softer around the corners. This is a little softer, I think, too. Yeah, even the corners there. Hidden screws, which I do like. Similar clip, but I will say this clip looks rounded here. But that's because I chamfered it. I took it off and buffed it out. His clips are naturally buffed out. Look at that. Perfectly rounded. And I suspected that was the case. I did. I suspect that would be the case for his clips. Yeah, look at that. That is just ridiculous. This is insane. Okay. I'm trying to contain myself. I'm like, whoo, this is insane. Insane. Look at the beautifulness of that carbon fiber and the purple. I mean, it's not overly stated. It's so subtle, very dispersed within here, and in a way that I think is so aesthetically beautiful. I know some people might like more aggressive purple, but I think with the bead blasted, or not bead, yeah, bead blasted, titanium here, and with all these finishes, these satin finishes and hand rub satin finish blade, this is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. This is my first experience with a full custom, especially a Trevor Burger, and I am not disappointed. Let me just tell you, I am not disappointed at all. Not at all. The action is just breaking in like crazy. You see that? I don't know what kind of cage ball bearings are in there, but man, that is smooth. That is smooth. Now I put skiff washers in here. And let me tell you, it helped out significantly and made this much more elegant and beautiful. It definitely upgraded this one. To try to attain this, this came in like this. It came in beautiful like that. See, it drops just nicely. I can't wait till it fully breaks in. Let's do this again. Look at that. Yeah, it's breaking in for sure. Still dead center. Let's check the lock. Yeah, it's perfectly in there. We're going to close it. Yeah, no detent lash. Everything's really solid. It's just dead center. You see that? Oh, wait. And there's a little Trevor Burger. Make sure you get that in there. Trevor Burger initials. I wonder if it has the numbering of this knife on here somewhere. Oh, I suspect if I ever took it apart, it's probably in there somewhere. Let's see if there's anything in there. Well, so you can see, if you didn't see it earlier, there's the relief cut. You see all that relief and the weight that's inside? Let me make sure I get a focus on that. Do you see that? Really nicely done. Here, I'm going to move this because it keeps wanting to focus on that, so taking away from it. All right, you see that in there? Really nicely relieved weight. And you can see the Trevor Burger initials right there. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that tells me the number of the knife or anything, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I don't need to have the number on here. I still really, really enjoy this knife. Now there's it's like a little pivot in there somewhere. I'm wondering if that was meant to be, if that's just a milling guide or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's a purpose for it, and it might be in its process, but look at that. That is just gorgeous. All right, so let's take a look at that blade again. You can see the hollow grind on here. Look at that. The handle. Let's get a little light on that. Hopefully we can enjoy some of that purple carbon fiber and see the reflection on there. So you can enjoy that. Kind of simulate what would it be like out in the sun. It's probably best I do a little quick video, a little short in the sun to kind of highlight that. It's so nice. And just the sand or the bead blasted of the titanium. Yeah, that is great. Let's go back out. So there we go. I don't know, man. I'm trying to keep calm without getting super crazy excited. I don't know if you call this a spear point or drop point. It looks really close to a spear point, right? It almost looks equal on both sides. I'm not quite exactly sure. It sure does look like it. Yeah, so maybe this is technically a spear point. I think it would officially be a spear point, not a drop point. I think that's what it is. I don't know. You guys can correct me. I don't really care. I just like it, okay? I don't care. I just like the way it looks. I'm very happy with this. Yeah, okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I like the Olamic Custom, my whippersnapper? Absolutely. Are they two different types of knives? Absolutely. Are they in kind of the same league as quality? Yes. Are they both really fantastic knives? Absolutely. Is one better than the other? Yeah, that's to be decided. I don't know. I feel like they're two different types of knives altogether, right? And time will only tell on that. But there we go. And let's look at that edge. It's probably a hand ground edge. Yeah, it's perfect, even on both sides, which is really nice. I like that. You know, even on custom knives, sometimes that, you know, that can happen, right? They're working on knives, trying to get everything done. Finally, that's the last step. You put it together, and depending on how tired you are and when you're doing it in the light, I don't know, it could happen. No, it would be unusual, but it could happen. But not in this one. This one is phenomenal. And the action, look at that. It's getting better. It's getting better. Not quite fully drop shut yet. I suspect at some point it's going to start having, it's very controlled though. You can see that. Let me see. Is it closing slowly? I'm trying to see if it closes slowly. Yeah, it's still very controlled, but it doesn't drop. If you release the lock bar, it does drop, and just with a very gentle shake, it goes down. And I suspect that's going to just get better and better and smoother and smoother. And let's look at that. I know on the Olamic Whippersnapper, they had a pretty big detent ball. And likewise on this one, look at that. That detent ball is pretty big. It's a black one. Beautiful. Really nicely set in there. Look at that. But definitely a beautiful shape to go into. I like that a lot. It's not a little itty bitty one. That's a pretty robust detent ball. And I like the way it works. Once you get it over there, just really nice. All right. I'm oogling and awing and everything over this. So let's talk about some of the basics. I'm sure I've forgotten everything. This is like, I will definitely have a full review on this, obviously. And I still have several other reviews coming. But let's talk about it. I'm going to recap because I'm just not kind of beyond myself here. All right. Beautiful, beautiful carbon fiber. Beautiful titanium. Beautiful clip. Everything's chamfered nicely. Action is beautiful. Opening is, as a front flipper, perfectly tuned. Even for the hollow grind, middle finger flip is awesome. And I can easily do that over here with my left hand and not even having to hold on to the clip. And, you know, front flipping over here and then using my finger right here like that works perfectly. And I think I can probably, yep, I can slow roll that puppy open, which is really nice. And it's just so buttery smooth. So buttery smooth. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Definitely a fan. Definitely a fan. Maybe I'll have to check out his Atlas and some of his other ones, but this was my first experience here. So I've got my fingerprints on here. See if we can wipe those off. I got a little something there. Is that something? Is that something from me? Yeah, something from me. You know, you're gonna get that first scratch at some point. I know it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be sad. But I will use it, and I will carry this knife. This is not a knife that goes into the collection just to be collected and never used. I will carry it. Now, will I go out and chop woods and blocks and cut metal wire? No, absolutely not. I will be having a 5th pocket knife with me for this one. But yeah. Okay. Totally different game, totally different level here. And I can tell you, it's a great experience. I really, really do like this. It's a great initial experience. Thumbs up, big time. All right. I don't know if you guys are enjoying this. You might have already tuned out. If you've stayed this far, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is just an unboxing, first impression. This is a new caliber of knife I've never experienced, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited to share this with you because it's a first for me, and I really like it. I appreciate you guys watching, and it's thanks to the channel and subscribers and you guys that I can even venture out into something like this. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm very appreciative. Hey, if you have any questions about this unboxing or future reviews, questions you want to ask about the knife, me, or the channel, something you'd like to see in reviews, something you'd like to see in unboxings, please let me know and comment down below. I do try to read all those comments. I do try to reply, especially while I'm still able to, and as the channel is still small enough and growing. But I really want to make that an effort because I love talking to you guys, and I love communicating with knives, and this is what makes me happy, is talking about knives and talking to you guys. So I enjoy that. I also enjoy sharing these crazy videos here. I may seem very calm, but this is me intentionally holding back and not going crazy, go nuts, all right? Because part of me wants to just, like, you know,
trying to keep it reserved, controlled, moderated. All right. So hopefully you appreciate that. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Comment down below. But as with anything, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, would you please consider liking the video? And if you've already liked the video, would you consider subscribing to Rob's Nerdy Knives for more content? And if you've already subscribed, maybe then consider clicking on the notification button so you can be notified of more content when it is released. Hey, subscribing and liking and getting notified to looking at more videos really helps out the channel. It allows me to grow, to be able to do more things, produce more content, and I'm very appreciative of that. Hey, and if you've done all that and you still would like to, maybe check me out at, ooh, that really does reflect at that angle, doesn't it? All right, so let's hold that up a little bit. Then check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.